Hi guys, welcome back to Railroads Online. Haven't got to dive into Railroads Online a lot lately, but we got a new update today. Considered a minor update. It's not a real major one. However, there is some kind of neat content included. So, as is pretty normal with these smaller updates, there's a pretty fair bit of bug fixes and updates and upgrades, but normally there's a couple little items maybe included, some maybe new content or something that's added in with some of the smaller updates. Like the last one, I didn't look over. It came with a new bridge, I believe. Yeah, but this time we actually have a pretty decent little content upgrade or update. But so we're gonna take a look at them, and we'll look over the different bug fixes as well, just kind of for giggles and squiggles. It's not an insignificant update. I mean, it was about 3 gigs, so it was pretty decent. But matter of fact, if I can pull it up here, I'll be able to show it. Let's see, news, Steam powered news today, Railroads Online beta update. So let's see what all is coming with this update. So new cars, we'll go over those in a minute. But as far as fixes go, they fixed an issue that caused the east broadtop hoppers to fall into the ground while re-railing. They fixed a bug that caused the Porter 042's engine front plate to not be golden. And they fixed a bug that caused the headlight intensity on the Heisler, the Cook, and the Eureka to be too dim. Bridges, they fixed a bug that made it impossible to link truss bridges. Fixed a bug that caused geared engines to not have any chuff sounds at low speeds. Made it impossible to relail and cross properly into switches. Fixed a bug that caused brakes to be 100% applied even if the chosen value was far below. Fixed a bug that made entering a locomotive via the F menu very inconsistent. Some graphic updates. Adjusted the front color in the construction menu drop down. Fixed the bug that caused car lettering to be offset from the car. And fixed some crash issues. So pretty fair number of bug fixes, but I imagine that's not what anybody's here to look at. Most people are pretty on top of keeping up with the bug updates, but it's not a whole lot to show with the bug updates, unless of course you're sitting there with a older with an older build that's side by side. You can kind of look and see where your bug problems are, but we don't care about that. I mean that purely in a metaphorical sense. We do care about bug fixes. It's not what anybody's here to really look at. Truth be told, if you're interesting. If you're sitting here watching this video, chances are you're here to see the content. So I gotta move some stuff out of the way. So this is in the way. Give it to me. We're just gonna haphazardly set it. I don't jump into Railroads Online as often as I used to, so some of this stuff has gone a little haywire. Nothing really unusual. Unfortunately, when Railroads Online updates, there's usually a pretty fair number of cars and locomotives and whatnot that I gotta go around and re-rail and whatnot, so I kinda gave up until there's another major update, because the minor updates just make it kind of frustrating to load in and have to go around and pick all the cars back up, pick all the locomotives back up. So, car numero uno. We got a bunch of sugarcane cars. That's the big content upgrade today. Whole lot of little sugarcane cars. A bunch of plantation, kind of South American style. Something that you would have seen maybe on the little sugarcane lines in Hawaii. Not so much common in the continental United States. It's obviously the continental United States, pretty big area. We didn't have a whole lot of use for the smaller stuff like this outside of places like up in Maine, a bunch of 2-foot gauge stuff. But this is a pretty common little set of cars that would have been seen someplace like Hawaii or South America on the big plantations, some of which are still in use, places like Cuba. But it's pretty cool. It is, you know, a bunch of American-made content. Matter of fact, a lot of the stuff in use down in South America and whatnot for the sugarcane lines and whatnot, mostly American-built stuff. So it's not so much out of place, but it is a little bit different. But that's pretty cool. So, you know, we got a plain Jane flat car here for crates and tools. I got a logging flat car, which will carry a log or steel pipe. We got a stake flat with the ability to carry rail, raw iron, beams, and lumber. Bulkhead flat for cordwood. A low-sided gondola for iron ore, coal, oil barrels. A medium-sided gondola. I imagine it carries just a little bit extra. Of course, a high-sided gondola, again, probably carries just a little bit extra. A little bitty tank car, crude oil, and a box car. Let's see, we got some paint schemes. Got some pretty typical paint schemes for what was already available outside. That's kind of cool. Kind of a light powder blue and a dark green. That kind of green. Let's see. I guess I can move around over here so we can actually see it thanks to the sun being over there. But so we get the same colors there. Same colors there. Same colors. Same colors. Same colors. I imagine the rest of these are going to be the same, but it's kind of cool. This goes along pretty nicely with your early starting in game with you know, with your porter. Whenever you first kick off a game, you start off with a little porter, and it can really quickly be obsolete, kind of put obsolete. I mean, really and truly, the second you get into, hold up, let's turn off this, this daytime, nighttime. Let's see, where was that? Gameplay? Animate time of day. No. No normal time of day for the time being. Now, this is a beta-only update. So, unfortunately, you will have to be in the beta download to be able to access this content. It is not on the regular side, which of course you can access. It is not a closed beta, it is open beta, but you will have to be in the beta side to be able to fiddle with it. No, I'm not going to go into how to go to swap into the beta. There are plenty of guides out there. At this point, Railroads Online has been out long enough that most people can probably figure out how to get in and out of the beta. And there are some guides on Google. There's a few on YouTube. I see no reason to go into it, but it is some nice content for, you know, your starter porters and whatnot, because like I said, it very quickly gets outdated for your in-game progression. you can get up to the 240, the 260s, the 440s. While in and of themselves they are not powerhouses, they'll very quickly replace the 040. These little porters, and the same for the porter with the trailing axle. Let's see, where's that at? Booga booga booga. So this one here, this is another one that, it's been in games since the start of the game, but it's not one that's got a huge amount of use. Your basic tractive effort and whatnot, it's gonna be it's identical. Your only real difference between these two is this extra little bunker here for a little bit longer fuel range. You get wood back here in the back, but other than that, there's no real reason to pick this locomotive up outside of just kind of, it's cool. I liked it. It was kind of neat, but as far as actual use goes, there wasn't much purpose. So if you outdated this thing, you outdated this thing. And then, well, definitely not that one. That's actually a pretty decent locomotive. But let's see, this thing here, it's another one. Those little 2-axle cars go along pretty nicely for this. Montezuma's obviously not a real powerhouse of a locomotive in and of itself either. It's got double the tractive effort of these little porters. Well, not double, but it's got a good 1,000 more foot-pounds. So, yeah, it's a pretty healthy, bit more powerful. So, if you really wanted to, you could run around with, more later era cars, which I imagine it saw a good many of whenever it was in use to begin with. But, those little 2-axle cars, they go pretty well with this locomotive. This is probably one of the next locomotives you would build up to from the porter, so you could still get away with a large fleet of those little cars. But I mean, if you really wanted to, for giggles and squiggles, build a little plantation operation. Insert joke. I know there's going to be some jokes for that, but yeah, just for giggles and squiggles, let's place some down. So oh, what's my railroad? MC and SA. That's the number. I'm an idiot. Numero uno. MC and SA. There we go. Order one of those. We'll just... is there much reason to really get that? Nah, not really. It adds bunkers. So let's add a gondola. We'll add the medium for giggles and squiggles. That dark green's kind of cool. Let's go with that. Number 2. C and SA. Order. Before anybody asks, yes, I absolutely cheated in a buttload of modi so that I can do these videos, because like I said, I don't hop into RO near as often as I used to. So whenever these updates come out, it's nice to be able to just, plop, done. So I had absolutely cheated in a bunch of money. Call me what you will. Don't really care. Now, something I do hope that will come along at some point in the near future is the lettering colors, or the lettering colors, because you got issues of like this right here. It's got a really bright yellow base, and we got white letters. You could barely see the white letters. Chances are that would have been black. I know with the Colorado Springs and Cripple Creek District, if it was a yellow car, it had black lettering. It's a pretty common issue, so it's just kind of me. I think we should have some paint or color options for the lettering, but let's see. What color do we not have? Let's grab that. What's the color we don't have again? Let's go with that. 4. Grab that. Okay. So in reality, it's 4 cars, but 2 of these have a boatload of different configurations, which the gondola and the flat car got a boatload of different configurations, but it is, and its core 4 cars, but it's pretty cool. Yeah, as you can see, they're not huge. That caboose over there dwarfs everything here. Not huge by any means. Nice little bit of animation. Oh no, I'm bigger than the car. I can't even get in the car. That's entertaining. But it looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Of course, it's Lincoln pin coupler still. I know they've teased at Knuckles, but Knuckles and air brakes, but as you can very clearly see, the air brakes are not a thing on this one, and Knuckles are definitely not a thing. Of course, we got our brake up here. Whoa. I forget, we go up ladders at the speed of light. Oh? Ah, there it is. You gotta be at a weird angle to get hold of the brake handle. That's weird. Oh well. Here's our Barks car. Pretty nice, pretty nicely detailed underneath too. We got our gondola. Now the basic frame is going to be the same on all of these cars. It's going to be that pretty much a flat car, and then built up from there, as you can very clearly see. So they're not going to vary much underneath. Of course, up top, yeah, it's a pretty basic little gondola. We got our brake. Nothing else fancy. Now they did hint at something with the update about something coming along. Not gonna lie, with these, I kind of hope to see a new map. And I'll probably be the weird one out, but it would be really cool to kind of see a plantation style map, like a little island. Like, oh, this is the Hawaii. I think it'd be kind of cool. Make real good use out of the smaller stuff, because, like I said, you pretty quickly outgrow that little Porter, and I imagine you'll pretty quickly outgrow all this smaller stock. So, I kind of hope it won't be too much longer before we see a new map, because a little plantation map, or a little island map or something, that would be kind of cool. Really make good use out of this smaller stuff. Maybe see some smaller locomotives. Maybe a mini Mally. You don't know what a mini Mally is? Check out some of the plantation locomotives, little 0440s and such. Really neat stuff. But their flat car, again, nothing too wild from the other two. Just removing the bunkers up here. Now it might. Maybe it's just me. It's a cool idea, I think, but I can imagine it would be really tedious, and it would probably make coding a bit of a headache, but it would have been cool to just have this as a flat car and then be able to pop in the stakes here, because that's quite literally all one of the other cars is. Flat car, stakes. You know, I kind of get these. These have to have extras bolted on and whatnot, but that to that, that would have been kind of cool. Just be able to pop in the stakes on your own. Call it cool, but whatever. And of course, our hopper, or not our hopper, our tank car. It's a glorified propane tank on a flat car. Oh, there's so many submarine jokes that could come around for that, but I'm a terrible person, but I'm not that terrible. Damn, she's thick. Interesting. Those like to disappear at a weird angle. Oh well. That's pretty cool. Did they disappear at another weird angle? No? Okay. That's pretty cool. I wish I could get it at an angle so that I could see see if you can see the brake chains moving and whatnot, but I can't, so oh well. But yeah, there it is. New content. Plantation stock to go with our little porter. Let's see how it hooks up. Maybe we got our pressure built up over here. Oh? Interesting. Sounds are stupid. I wonder why. Let me hop out of here. Let me go over here and see if maybe no, that's maxed out. Matter of fact, I can hear the ambient noise in the game. Hi. Oh well, let's pick a name. Numero Zero's a hero. I don't think I actually have a zero. Name MC NSA. I don't think. I don't get one on the tender. Boom, boom, boom. Let's see what happens. Since you don't work. Locomotive. Hello. Hola. Here's some loot. Build up our fire here. While I'm thinking about it, because I made this goobery earlier and it made me upset. Telegraph. Boom. I didn't look at it whenever it updated. If I remember right, I didn't look at it. What was it? Boom, boom, track. I got a new bridge. Where is it? Yeah, here it is. I got a truss bridge. This is kind of cool. Kind of a neat addition. It's one of my favorite looking bridges. I love the wood bridges. I actually really liked the old wooden bridge from the original start of the game, but this bridge absolutely murders your frame rates. I will absolutely acknowledge that. So this will probably be my second favorite. That actually looks pretty cool. But anywho, let's see. It takes a minute to build up a fire. You know, it said they fixed the hitbox, but it's not letting me. Up there it is. Oh, our water temperature's still building. You know what? While we're sitting around, I know I have a locomotive somewhere else. Right here. That I built up a fire a little bit. Let's see if we have any sound coming from it. Boing. Nope. Huh! That's interesting. We very clearly have boiler pressure. We clearly have a fire. But no sound. Weird. don't even have ambient rolling sounds. All I can hear is just ambient, like wind. It sounds like wind going on right now. Very weird. Okay, well, game broken. Interesting. Flowers stick through. But, huh. Alright, well, I guess it's not an issue with the porter. It's just an issue in general. Huh. Oh, well. I guess. There's not really anything we can do about it. Cracker throttle. Let's go back to the tinkering here. But, oh, pop. Hey, look at that. They line up. It doesn't look so wildly out of whack. So that's been a problem for a long minute. The links for the porters, they're way down here. Now we look at any of the normal rolling stock, and they're way up here. And it's always looked wonky whenever you back a porter up to any of the other rolling stock, and your little link will be at a 90-degree angle all the way up and down because it doesn't line up in any remotely close fashion. But so that's kind of cool, kind of nice. Some cars that actually line up. I am a little sad that I have no sound. Let's back it all the way up into the other car. Hoogity boogity boo. Pop in our link. Pop in our pin. And slam. Bro, there's no sound at all. There's not even the sound of hitting cars or anything. Wow. I wonder if that's my save file. I wonder if it's just my save file that's wrong right now, because I didn't have this issue the last video, and I've been on the beta server forever. I don't think I've ever gotten off a beta server except for a couple of the major updates that were only for regular, but I pretty much stay on the beta server, and I haven't had this issue until now, so I don't know. But on a side note, everything else looks pretty cool. Stuff lines up nicely. Stuff looks different. It's really neat. It just kind of kills me. There's no sound outside of the ambient whatever. But yeah, it's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. So anyways, that's about all there is to tell about this update. I hope you guys enjoyed the video on this new look. I think it's pretty cool. I had to tinker around and see if maybe it's just a save file that's not giving me any sound, because that'd be a pretty big game-breaking bug if it's not just my save file. But I love the new cars. They're really neat. Kind of a different take, some new light on something that gets overlooked pretty often. Plantation trains in general are something that don't get a lot of attention, so it's really neat to see it kind of pointed out for a change. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys next time.